Hello, dear listeners. Today we'll discuss one of the dreams that touches the depths of the soul, perhaps the one we've been most curious about throughout our lives. Seeing a dead person in a dream or seeing yourself die, these dreams sometimes chill us and sometimes feel like they carry a divine message. Are these dreams simply reflections of our subconscious, or are they silent whispers from another realm? I know all too well of the heart-pounding, anxiety-filled feelings we experience when we experience these dreams. Those famous questions immediately arise in our minds. Is this bad news? Is it a warning? Or is it a harbinger of the end? Today, for 20 minutes, we'll delve into this veil of fear. We'll discover how profound, how symbolic, and often how deeply conveyed these dreams truly are. My goal isn't to scare you. On the contrary, it's to guide you in understanding these messages whispered into the realm of your consciousness. Let's take a look at the interpretations of this frightening dream. Seeing a dead person in a dream is interpreted in two different ways in most cultures. First, it signifies confronting the past. The deceased person can represent an open book, an unfinished story in our lives. Second, it heralds change and transformation. Just as a leaf falls and a new one replaces it in nature, it also signals the end of some things in our lives and the beginning of new things. Some Islamic scholars say that seeing a familiar deceased person in a dream means that person is seeking our prayers. Reading a Quran is recommended for the soul's peace. Seeing one's own death in a dream is not a bad sign, as we often think. On the contrary, it can signify an extension of life, a step into a new life, a major change, and inner maturation. Our subconscious mind may be symbolically expressing the end of our past self and the opening of a new page through a death dream. Some sources say that such dreams are a sign that a person is approaching a major turning point in their life. Sometimes, these types of death dreams also suggest the need for a fresh start. If you've seen your deceased mother, father, grandfather, or student in your dream, this depends on who the person is and their mood in the dream. Dreaming of seeing the deceased person happy and peaceful. If your loved one is smiling, healthy, peaceful, and happy in your dream, this is generally one of the most auspicious interpretations. Here are a few interpretations of this dream. First and foremost, this is an inner comfort. Your subconscious mind fulfills your need to believe that the person is in a good and peaceful place. This communicates the message, don't worry, I'm fine, within a healthy dimension and aspect of your life. Second, it's a sign that the positive influence of that person continues in your life. It shows that you are still continuing on your path with the values and love they taught you. It offers you spiritual support and validation. Seeing the deceased sad, angry, or anxious. What if the person you see is rich, crying, or asking you for something? This is where the dream gets a little more complicated. But don't be afraid. This isn't a curse or a bad omen. It means they're asking for your prayers. Seeing unknown dead people in dreams. Seeing unknown people die in dreams is often interpreted as a message from the collective consciousness. This could be a warning or an energy from society. According to some interpreters, the dead are symbols from our past lives. They can also mean that past emotions or events have been resolved. What does it mean to dream of talking to the dead? Talking to a dead person in a dream is a very powerful symbol. If the conversation is peaceful and calm, it's considered a good sign. It signifies spiritual support and divine guidance. However, if the conversation is tense or frightening, our subconscious may be signaling something we need to pay attention to. In other words, your emotion in the dream is very important. In some beliefs, the words spoken by the dead in dreams are believed to carry literal meaning, not metaphorical. In other words, their words can be helpful. Seeing yourself dying in a dream? Dreaming of your own death is a dream of transformation. The time for transformation and reborn has come for you. Death is the end of an ending and the beginning of something new. Your death in a dream signifies that the old you is contained within and a new you is preparing to be born. So, what does this mean? A great way of life? You're closing a very big chapter in your life. Freedom from bad habits. Quit smoking, stop eating unhealthy foods, and drink plenty of water. Awareness and awakening. Seeing yourself die signifies a new and beautiful beginning. Freedom from troubles and problems. If you are going through a very difficult time, have debts, or are experiencing a great sadness, it means that these will also end. Being killed by someone else. This is interpreted as changes you will make to your lifestyle. Religious and mystical interpretations. Islamic interpreters say that seeing a deceased person clean and smiling in a dream indicates a prosperous afterlife, while seeing them dirty or sad indicates that they await prayers and alms. In Sufism, death represents the abandonment of the mortal. This means that this dream can signify breaking away from worldly ties and a desire for purification of the soul. In Western esotericism, dying or seeing the dead in a dream symbolizes ego death and rebirth. Psychological interpretations of death dreams are as follows. Psychologically, these dreams can represent the end of a process in our lives or the severing of an emotional bond. Sometimes death symbolizes a subconscious fear of change. If you have recently experienced a loss, your mind may be trying to process and accept this event through dreams. Besides all these interpretations, what does it mean to see the Grim Reaper, whom we all fear? Angel of death, the harbinger of that fine line between life and death. While it might sound frightening, this dream actually carries much deeper messages than you might think. Seeing the Grim Reaper in a dream isn't just a reminder of death. It can be a sign to appreciate life and the value of our breath. Sometimes this dream is a divine warning to turn away from past mistakes and embark on the righteous path. Sometimes it means the end of an era and the opening of a new chapter in life. Remember, death is not an end, but a door to another beginning. What is the spiritual message of seeing the Grim Reaper in a dream? If the Grim Reaper appears harsh and frightening to you in your dream, this may reflect your inner fears and the truths you avoid facing. But if he appears before you with a peaceful face, know that this may carry a reassuring, protective sign. Perhaps it is a message whispered to your soul to question the direction of your life and focus on what truly matters. Dear friends, seeing the dead or your own death in a dream can seem frightening, but it carries profound meaning. Sometimes it's a warning, sometimes a hopeful message. Remember, every dream is unique. Be sure to consider your own life circumstances and feelings when interpreting it. Thank you for watching or listening. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment for more content like this. If you'd like me to interpret your dreams, you can leave a comment below.